Today we will first आज जो हम start करेंगे today we will talk about the endocrine system in fishes, okay, in fin fishes. So we'll see the endocrine system, okay. Before starting, I just want to know from you people, anyone can tell me what does mean endocrine system? कोई बताएगा मुझे? Anyone?
System which is related to hormone synthesis, secretion, and storage.
Oh, storage. Okay. So when we talk about the endocrine system, as Akansha just told us, a system that includes the synthesis, secretion, and storage. Yes, and basically an endocrine system is basically sensing and signaling system. Okay, this is a system which sends the stimuli. Okay, and then it signals. Okay, it basically there are the messengers. Okay, hormones basically act as a chemical messengers uh, to spread the message to a particular cell. That cells are known as a target cell. Okay, so here actually the endocrine system, which is involved with the sense and signaling, it is very much linked with the nervous system also. Okay, and therefore and the mode of means their mode of operation is very different. Okay, and the difference is because it depends on the requirement of the system. Okay, sometimes the animal's body system requires the fast transfer of the signals. Sometimes it required slow but persistent longer time of signals. Okay, that's why the nervous system have some the fast roles, endocrine system have some slower but persistent role. But both the system all together actually both the system all together they actually helps in the regulation of the sensing and signaling the different pathways which are responsible, which are important or vital for the metabolic activities of the animal or the overall maintenance. Okay, so we'll see what is endocrine system. So the endocrine system is basically the organ system or the glands, okay, which actually synthesize and store the hormones. Okay, and these glands have the sensing and signaling system. Okay, so basically uh, when the hormones needs to be synthesized, when it needs to be secreted, what in what amount it's need to be secreted, up to what time or up to what limit it needs to be secreted, where it needs to be transported, and on which cell it needs to get work. Okay, all those signaling and sensing involves the endocrine system. Okay, so as I have told, both the system, whether it is the endocrine system or the nervous system in the animal, they both are the major communication system in the animal body. Okay. So, but and so share some of the similarities because they both are the communication system. But if they both are the communication system, then why body needs two communication system? Why only the nervous system will do all the work, and why only endocrine system will be able to perform all the communication? So we will also see why body needs two type of communication system, why there is a requirement of the endocrine system as well as the nervous system. Okay, so we'll see what are the similarities, then when we see what are the differences, and that is why the body needs two communication system. Okay, so the first uh, they both are the major communication system of the body. Then they actually, the endocrine as well as the nervous system, they integrate the stimuli. Okay, the external. Okay, and then response to the change in the internal and the external environment. Then they both are crucial for coordinating the function of highly differentiated cells, tissues, and organs. Means both the nervous system as well as the endocrine system, they are very crucial for coordinated function of other system, whether respiratory system, circulatory system, or excretory system. Okay, so they actually coordinates other system also. Okay, but now the differences. Okay, they both are the communication system, but the nervous system is anatomically continuous system, anatomically continuous system means if the center of the nervous system is what? Brain. Okay, if we talk about the vertebrates, the center of the nervous system is the brain. So from brain, there is the neurons or the cells which are continuously connected and going, and they have the connection from the different parts of the body. Means there is a connection, continuity, anatomical continuity from brain to the different organs. But when we talk about the endocrine system, they are anatomically discontinuous. Discontinuous means suppose pituitary gland have the position near the brain, hypothalamus attached है. When we talk about the thyroid glands, like in the fishes, they in most of the fishes there is pharyngeal region. Okay, thyroid gland जो है वो pharyngeal region में है. When we talk about some other glands like the glands which secretes the testosterone, estrogen, they are on the gonads. Okay. So means they are of different locations and they are not anatomically connected or continuous. Okay, so that is the difference between the nervous system and the endocrine system. So if I'm talking about the nervous system, as I have told, both the system are the communicating system. Okay, but when we talk about the nervous system, its function is like conventional telephone. Okay, basically it is electrical in nature and fast. You dialed, what happens? Suppose if you want to talk with someone, suppose you want to talk with me, what you will do, you will take your phone और आप मेरा number dial करेंगे and you will directly get communicated to me, is it? So the same way the nervous system works. Fast है, point to point control है, anatomically continuous है, एक neurons के through जो है brain से जो है signals जा रहा है या दूसरे या फिर उसके reverse position में आ रहा है. So basically जो टेलीफोनिक जो होता है कन्वर्सेशन या जो टेलीफोनिक मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन होता है, द नर्वस सिस्टम वर्क ऑन दैट सिस्टम. ओके, बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम, इट इज बेसिक इज लाइक अ रेडियो ब्रॉडकास्ट सिस्टम. Okay, means a hormone जो है, the endocrine system broadcasts its message in the form of a chemical messenger which are known as a hormone. Okay, so basically they broadcast the hormone in the bloodstream. ओके, या एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर फ्लूइड है. तो बेसिकली एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम एक पर्टिकुलर ग्लैंड से जो है हार्मोन जो है वो ब्रॉडकास्ट होता है. और जैसे रेडियो में क्या होता है, एक जगह से आपके ब्रॉडकास्ट होता है और अगर आपको सुनना है कुछ, ओके, सो यू नीड अ रिसेप्टर. आपके पास एक रेडियो होना चाहिए, उसमें एक एंटीना होना चाहिए दैट हैव अ रिसेप्टर, और फिर जब उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच करके देन यू विल बी हियर, आप कुछ सुन सकेंगे, आपके पास तक मैसेज पहुंचेगा. एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम जो है वो सेम उसी पे बिल्कुल वैसा ही फंक्शन है. यहाँ पे जो आपके ग्लैंड है, दे यूज टू ब्रॉडकास्ट द मैसेज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ हार्मोन एंड देन थ्रू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम दे गोइंग थ्रू ऑल द सेल्स. मतलब पूरी बॉडी में जितनी सेल्स है, अगर ब्लड स्ट्रीम में हार्मोन सिक्रेट हुआ, ब्लड तो आपकी पूरी बॉडी में फ्लो कर रहा है, तो पूरी बॉडी में फ्लो कर रहा है तो वो सारी सेल्स पे जा रहा है. सपोज कोई एक हार्मोन पिट्यूटरी से सिक्रेट हो. ओके, पिट्यूटरी इज नोन एज अ मास्टर ग्लैंड. ओके, क्या होता है कि पिट्यूटरी से वो जो हार्मोन सिक्रेट करेगा वो किसी दूसरी ग्लैंड पे जाएगा और वो उसको ट्रिगर करेगा टू सिक्रेट द अनदर या जो भी हार्मोन की रिक्वायरमेंट है. अब सपोज टेस्ट हो क्या कहते हैं, सपोज कि कोई भी एक मैं बात करती हूँ आपकी थायराइड ग्लैंड की बात करते हैं. सपोज पिट्यूटरी से एक हार्मोन सिक्रेट हुआ दैट इज नोन एज अ TSH, थायराइड स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन. What it will do, ये हार्मोन पिट्यूटरी से सिक्रेट होगा, it will go to the thyroid gland और फिर वो thyroid gland को ट्रिगर करेगा to secrete the thyroid hormone like T3, T4 hormones. Okay, या तो उसमें क्या होगा बेसिकली कि लेकिन जो पिट्यूटरी से जो हार्मोन सिक्रेट हुआ वो ब्लड स्ट्रीम में गया, जो ब्लड स्ट्रीम में गया तो वो सारी ग्लैंड्स ये सारे सेल्स के टच में आया ना, लेकिन तो उसने सिर्फ थायराइड ग्लैंड को ही स्टिमुलेट किया. TSH ने सिर्फ थायराइड को क्यों स्टिमुलेट किया? क्यों? क्योंकि उन सेल्स के ऊपर TSH के लिए रिसेप्टर्स हैं. The receptors which are complementary to the TSH which is secreted by the pituitary. Okay, so basically जो आपका एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम होता है, it बिल्कुल रेडियो ब्रॉडकास्ट की तरह काम करता है और जो आपका नर्वस सिस्टम होता है वो बिल्कुल टेलीफोनिक कन्वर्सेशन की तरह. इट इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन? ये सबको क्लियर है? एंडोक्राइन,
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, सबको
Yes,
क्लियर है?
ma'am.
ओके, So now अभी दोनों ही मैंने बोला कि both the system are the system of internal communication. The nervous system, it conveys the high speed electrical signal along the specialized cells which is known as the neurons. Means बहुत high speed signals जाएगा nervous system से through the cells which are known as neurons. But लेकिन जब हम endocrine system की बात करते हैं तो the system is made up of several endocrine glands which secretes different type of hormones that coordinate slower but longer response to a particular stimuli. Okay. तो नाउ द एडवांटेज, अब मैं कह रही हूँ कि जैसे मैं पहले भी बता रही थी कि नर्वस सिस्टम भी कम्युनिकेशन का मेथड है, एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम भी है, फिर हमने देखा कि उसमें ये नर्वस सिस्टम की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है particulars और ये एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम की. नाउ व्हाई, व्हाट आर द एडवांटेज ऑफ द एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम, या जो केमिकल मैसेंजर या हार्मोन यूज करने के एडवांटेज क्या है ओवर द नर्वस सिस्टम. all the time it doesn't need a very fast stimulus, all the time को बहुत तेजी से चीजें नहीं चाहिए. ओके, तो क्या होता है, इसकी एक सबसे बड़ी एडवांटेज ये है, ठीक है. और अगर हम बात करते हैं तो जो केमिकल मॉलिक्यूल्स है, हार्मोन्स है, दे कैन इजीली बी स्प्रेड थ्रू द ब्लड. It doesn't need the other specialized cells. जैसे nervous system में you need the specialized neuron to send the signals या messages. Now, endocrine system के लिए ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. A chemical molecule or the hormone, it simply secreted into the blood और blood जो है वहां से वो target organ तक पहुंच जाता है. Second, the chemical signals in the form of the hormones, they persist longer, ठीक है, as compared to the electrical ones. उसके बाद there is a different type of chemicals, different type of hormones, so they have the different targets or the different tissues or different target organs. So these are some of the advantage of the endocrine system. Okay, now अभी मैं जैसे आपको बताया कि कैसे हार्मोन जो है एक स्पेसिफिक टारगेट सेल पे जाके बाइंड कर रहा है. The reason is the target cell have the receptor for a particular hormone. Okay, here you can see that ये आपका एक सेल है which have the receptor for the hormone A. Suppose अगर ब्लड स्ट्रीम में 10 हार्मोन्स, हार्मोन A, B, C, D, E, F, G, लेकिन ये इस सेल पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ हार्मोन A बाइंड करेगा because this cell have the receptor for the hormone A only. Okay, so उसके साथ बाइंड करेगा. So now the cell will respond to the हार्मोन ए सिक्रीशन ओनली. उसके अलावा और भी सिक्रीशन है उसका इस सेल पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. सपोज देयर आर सेल जहां पे दो टाइप के रिसेप्टर है फॉर हार्मोन ए एंड बी. हियर यू कैन सी दैट ब्लू वन इज फॉर हार्मोन ए एंड द रेड वन इज फॉर हार्मोन बी. तो यहाँ पे भी इस सेल पे सिर्फ दो हार्मोन्स के लिए रिसेप्टर है, तो ये सेल आपके दोनों हार्मोन की इस पे रिस्पॉन्ड करेगी. नाउ हियर यू कैन सी द थर्ड वन, इट हैज अ रिसेप्टर फॉर हार्मोन बी ओनली. सो जब ब्लड स्ट्रीम में क्या कहते हैं इतने सारे के सारे हार्मोन्स जो है एंडोक्राइन हार्मोन सारे ब्लड स्ट्रीम में अगर सिक्रीट हो रहे हैं तो वो क्यों जाके किसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन पे ही एक्ट कर रहे हैं, कोई पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन टारगेट सेल ही इसको रिस्पॉन्ड कर रही है. उसके पीछे रीजन यही होता है, a target cell bears the receptor for a particular hormone. Okay, so now the principal function of the endocrine system, it basically maintains the homeostasis. It maintains the optimum biochemical environment inside the organism body. It integrates and regulates the growth and development of the animal. It controls, maintain and instigate the sexual reproduction, including gametogenesis, coitus, okay, fertilization, fetal growth, development, and all these things. Means all the process occurs, the growth, development, reproduction, differentiation, they all are basically regulated by the endocrine system. Okay, now the hormone, as we have told, when we talked about the endocrine system. While the entire endocrine system, it works through their chemical signals or the chemical messages which are known as a hormone. Okay, hormone is basically a chemical signal that is secreted into the blood. Okay, and it communicates the regulatory message within the animal's body. Okay, so it may reach the, as I have told, the hormone, because it is secreted inside in the blood, so it will reach the all parts of the body. Okay, but only a particular type of cells which are known as the target cells, they bear the receptor, so they are equipped to respond to a particular hormone. Okay, So they actually convey the information through the bloodstream, and there is another chemical messenger which is known as the pheromone. जो आपके हॉर्मोन्स होते हैं दे कन्वे द इंटरनल मैसेजेस, जो आपके फेरोमोन्स होते हैं दे कैरी मैसेज आउटसाइड द बॉडी टू द अदर इंडिविजुअल. A very good example of the pheromones are insects. Okay, they used to secrete the pheromones for mating and some different purpose, but in majority of the cases for mating, okay, they secretes the pheromone to attract the partner. Okay, now how what are the events which involved in the endocrine system or the hormonal regulation? So here we'll see that there is basically three key events. The number one is the reception. Reception means the hormone will bind, a particular hormone will bind to a target cell, okay, which have the receptor on the membrane. So that is the very first process, reception, followed by the signal transduction. When this hormone get bind to the receptor on the surface, what will happen? That receptor triggers some change downward inside the cell in one step. Then that triggers the another change inside the cell. The second change triggers the third one. The third triggered the fifth one. Basically, a cascade occurs. Okay, एक के बाद मतलब एक का चेंज, एक चेंज हो रहा है जब रिसेप्टर पे हार्मोन बाइंड कर रहा है तो रिसेप्टर में चेंज हुआ क्योंकि अब उसमें हार्मोन बाइंड हुआ. अब उसके चेन से एक डाउन स्ट्रीम, एक सेकेंड मैसेंजर से जो है आपका वो उसमें चेंज हुआ, उसकी वजह से कोई तीसरा मॉलिक्यूल में किसी तीसरे उसमें चेंज हुआ, उससे चौथे में. तो ये जो चेंजेस होते हैं, एक कैस्केड जो है चेंजेस का, दैट इज नोन एज सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन. और सबसे लास्ट में जिसके लिए ये सारी प्रोसेस हुआ, ये सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्ट हुआ फ्रॉम वन इवेंट टू द अनदर वन टू द सेकेंड टू द थर्ड टू द फोर्थ. तो फाइनल जो होता है वो रिस्पॉन्स होता है. मैं जैसे आपको और सिंप्लीफाइड वे में बताती हूँ. जैसे एक पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन है, पिट्यूटरी से सिक्रीट हुआ. पिट्यूटरी बेसिकली ट्रॉपिकल हार्मोन सिक्रीट करती है. मींस वो क्या करती है, वो ऐसे हार्मोन्स को सिक्रीट करती है तो दूसरी एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड को सिग्नल करता है कि आपको अब उस अपनी इस ग्लैंड से अब दूसरे हार्मोन्स को सिक्रीट करना है. बेसिकली पिट्यूटरी से एक हार्मोन सिक्रीट हुआ. अब मैं बात कर रही हूँ आपका कोई भी, जैसे कि हम रिप्रोडक्टिव हार्मोन्स की बात करते हैं, ठीक है. तो जैसे आपका कुछ रिप्रोडक्टिव हार्मोन्स है, ओके, वो आपके सिक्रीट हुए पिट्यूटरी से. नाउ इट विल गो टू, एंड अगर मैं फीमेल फिश की बात करूं देन इट विल गो एंड बाइंड ऑन द ओवरी सेल की, उस पे बाइंड करेंगे, ठीक है, रिसेप्टर पे. अब जब रिसेप्टर पे बाइंड करेंगे तो अब उसमें चेंज होगा. अब उस चेंज से क्या होगा, इट विल ट्रिगर्स it will triggers the secretion of another hormones like GTH1, GTH2, या फिर अगर हम ह्यूमंस में बात करें, हायर वर्टिब्रेट से बात करें तो फॉलिकल स्टिमुलेटिंग हार्मोन और ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन FSH एंड LH. ओके, अभी ओवरी सिक्रीट कर रही है FSH एंड LH. अब ये जो FSH LH सिक्रीट हो रहा है, ये किस लिए सिक्रीट हो रहा है, ये सिक्रीट करके दूसरे सेल्स पे बाइंड कर रहा है, प्राइमरी ओगोनियम पे बाइंड कर रहा है. इट कॉज द फॉर्मेशन, मतलब आपकी oogenesis को ट्रिगर कर रहा है या वाइटलोजेनेसिस को ट्रिगर कर रहा है oocyte मैचुरेशन के लिए. ओके, तो इस तरह से जो है आपका रिसेप्शन से ट्रांसडक्शन हो रहा है, फिर ट्रांसडक्शन से आपका फाइनल रिस्पॉन्स. सो दैट इज द वे द सिग्नल्स जो है, हार्मोन सिग्नल्स जो है वो बॉडी में वर्क करते हैं, ठीक है. नाउ देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ सेल टू सेल सिग्नलिंग. ओके, तो अगर मैं क्लासिकल एंडोक्राइन हार्मोन सिग्नलिंग की बात करूं तो एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम में जो आपका हार्मोन है वो ब्लड स्ट्रीम के थ्रू ट्रैवल होगा एंड इट विल गो टू द टारगेट सेल. दैट इज अ एंडोक्राइन हार्मोन, ये एंडोक्राइन सेल टू सेल सिग्नलिंग. इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द न्यूरोक्राइन सिग्नल, यहाँ पे जो आपका हार्मोन सिक्रीट हो रहा है दैट इज सिक्रीटिंग थ्रू द न्यूरॉन. ओके, न्यूरॉन से आपका एक हार्मोन या कोई केमिकल सिग्नल सिक्रीट हो रहा है उसके सिनेप्स से एंड इट इज ट्रैवलिंग थ्रू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम एंड गोइंग टू अ टारगेट सेल. वो हो गया आपका न्यूरोक्राइन. ओके, देन थर्ड वन इज द पैराक्राइन. पैराक्राइन मींस एडजेसेंट सेल. हार्मोन जो एक सेल से सिक्रीट हुआ और उसके जो एडजेसेंट सेल्स है वो उसकी टारगेट सेल है, वहां पर वो एक्ट कर रहा है. फिर आपका फोर्थ टाइप है ऑटोक्राइन. ऑटोक्राइन मीन सेम सेल से सिक्रीट होके बाहर गया और उसके रिसेप्टर पे बाइंड होके उसके ऊपर काम कर रहा है, दैट इज नोन एज द ऑटोक्राइन. दिस इज अनदर कैटेगरी. ऑटोक्राइन के अंदर ही एक और कैटेगरी है विच इज नोन एज अ इंट्राक्राइन. ऑटोक्राइन में क्या हो रहा है, हार्मोन सिक्रीट होके उसकी मेम्ब्रेन के रिसेप्टर पे बाइंड कर रहा है. इंट्राक्राइन में क्या हो रहा है, उसके अंदर सिंथेसाइज हो रहा है लेकिन बाहर सिक्रीट नहीं हो रहा, अंदर ही सिंथेसाइज होके उसी सेल के ऊपर एक्ट कर रहा है, दैट इज इंट्राक्राइन. ओके, दिस इज अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ cell to cell signaling. It is clear to everyone? Endo, neuro, para, auto and intra. It is clear? Yes or no? I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the response versus distance travel. Okay. जैसे कि हमने पिछले में बोला, एंडोक्राइन में सबसे लॉन्गेस्ट डिस्टेंट, बहुत डिस्टेंट टारगेट ऑर्गन पे जाके हार्मोन जो है वो बाइंड करता है. पैराक्राइन में एडजेसेंट सेल पे बाइंड करता है या नेबरिंग सेल्स पे आप बोल सकते हैं. जो उसका टारगेट सेल्स होती हैं, दे आर द बेसिकली नेबरिंग सेल्स. एंड द ऑटोक्राइन सेक्शन, दे एक्चुअली एक्ट ऑन द सेम सेल दैट प्रोड्यूस the hormone. Okay, now the type of hormone on the basis of their chemical nature. Okay, so they may be peptides of protein, they may be the amino acid derivatives or the steroids or the fatty acid derivatives. So the chemically the hormones are very diverse group. Okay, आपकी प्रोटीन्स भी हैं, अमीनो एसिड डेरिवेटिव्स भी हैं, फैटी एसिड्स भी हैं, स्टेरॉइड्स भी हैं. Okay, now the glands, the endocrine glands. Okay, when the hormone is secreted by a ductless gland, okay, then they are known as the endocrine glands. Okay, and when the hormones are secreted, okay, or any chemical which is secreted through the duct, means a gland have a duct for discharging the secretion on a surface, then they are known as a exocrine glands. The examples are sweat gland, salivary gland, and the enzyme secreting glands in the digestive tract. So now the chain of command in the endocrine system. Okay, basically the nervous system and the endocrine system, they both work together to maintain the homeostasis. Okay, so what happened, basically hypothalamus, okay, hypothalamus produce the different type of hormones, okay, which travel to the pituitary. Means hypothalamus actually send the message or actually controls the pituitary. Now pituitary secretes several hormones which goes to the different glands, and they cause or they trigger the secretion of the particular hormones from a different type of endocrine. Okay, now these are the different type of endocrine glands which are present in the fishes. Okay, the number one is the master gland, the pituitary gland or the hypophysis, then thyroid gland, then interrenal bodies and chromaffin cell. These interrenal body and the chromaffin cells, they are found in the head kidney of the fishes. Okay, fishes doesn't have the adrenal gland. Okay, in higher vertebrates, what we see above the kidney, there is the adrenal gland. Okay, but the fishes, they doesn't have the adrenal gland. Their head kidney have some specialized cells which have the function similar to the adrenal gland. Okay, so the interrenal bodies and the chromaffin cells, okay, which are present in the head kidney are the endocrine glands, then the corpus of Stennius, ultimobranchial glands, urohypophysis, pancreatic islets, then juxtaglomerular cells, and pineal glands. So these are the glands which are endocrine glands which are present in the fishes, and this here is the general location of those endocrine glands in the fishes. Okay, you can see that the pituitary and the pineal glands, they are near the brain. The thyroid gland and the ultimobranchial body, they are in the pharyngeal cavity. Then pancreatic islands on the intestine, okay, and organs gut basically. Then urohypophysis at caudal region, some of the then gonads, and then chromaffin tissues, the head kidney, and the skull of Stennius also in the kidney. Okay, these are the general location, but in fishes the location of the glands varies. Okay, in some fishes some of the gland migrates to a very different position, but this is a general position of the endocrine glands in fishes. Okay. So now, on the basis of the organization and the function, they are classified into three. Okay. One is the chief endocrine gland, that is pituitary and thyroid are the chief endocrine gland in the fishes. Then there are some function which have both endocrine and exocrine function, like kidney, gonads, and intestine. Okay, and the third category is basically the scattered cells. There is no such gland or a organ, but they are the scattered cell in which have the endocrine function. Okay, and these are generally the cells which are present in the digestive tract and have the paracrine kind of mode of action. Okay, and according to their chemical nature, they are divided into three groups. The steroid hormones like testosterone, estradiol, they are secreted by the gonads. Then protein peptides, basically the hormones which are secreted by pituitary, thyroid, interrenal tissues. And amino acid analogs like epinephrine and non-epinephrine, which are secreted by the uh, chromaffin cells, okay, or the head in the cells which are present, or the gland which are present in the head kidney. So now first we will start with the master gland, that is the pituitary gland, the hypophysis. Okay, why it is known as the master gland, I have told twice or thrice in the earlier in this class, because it controls the regulation of the hormonal secretion of other glands. Okay, that's why it is known as the master gland. It have basically two parts. One is known as the neurohypophysis, and another one is known as a adenohypophysis. Okay, so these two parts, the neurohypophysis and adenohypophysis, they are developed from two different part of the embryo. The neurohypophysis developed from the floor of the diencephalon, embryonic diencephalon, and adenohypophysis, it develops from the dorsal invagination of the ectoderm of buccal cavity. Okay, so here we can see that the parts of pituitary, the adenohypophysis have three divisions. The proximal part is known as proximal pardistalis, then the mid part is known as rostral pardistalis, and then the pars intermedia. Okay, and then the neurohypophysis is known as pars nervosa. So these are the different type of hormones which it secretes, like this proximal pardistalis, it secretes thyrotropsin or thyroxine, thyroid stimulating hormone. Then this is gonadotropin like FSH or LH or GTH1, GTH2 in the fishes. Then somatotropin hormone or the growth hormone. Then prolactin. Then corticotropin. Then melanin stimulating hormone. Melanocyte stimulating hormone. Then melanophore contracting hormone, vasopressin, oxytocin. So these are the hormones which are secreted by the different part of the pituitary. Here we can see the comparison. Okay, so fishes have both. The fish pituitary or the pituitary gland, if I'm talking about in general, it have both the tropic and the non-tropic effect. When I'm talking about the tropic effect, means it basically regulates in two layers. Okay, and basically the secretion from the pituitary, it secrete one hormone, okay, which go to the target another endocrine gland, and where it cause or it triggers the secretion of the other hormones. Okay, like FSH, LH, TSH, ACTH. They all are the tropic effect. Means like this GTH in basically this FSH or LH. Okay, but in fishes, the FSH and LH is known as GTH1 and GTH2. Okay, gonadotropic hormone 1 and the gonadotropic hormone 2. So the pituitary secretes the gonadotropic hormone 1 and the gonadotropic hormone 2, which actually which goes to the testes and ovaries, and then it triggers the secretion of the testosterone and estradiol. Then in the TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, it also have the tropic effect. It goes to the thyroid and it triggers the secretion of the thyroid hormones like thyroxine, okay, T4, T3, and other thyroid hormones. Then is ACTH, okay, that is adrenocorticotropic hormones. It goes to the in other vertebrate, it goes to the adrenal gland, but here in the fishes, the interrenal glands, okay, or the chromaffin tissue, where it cause it means it triggers the secretion of the epinephrine, non-epinephrine, or catecholamines, okay, or corticotropic or cortical hormones. Then the prolactin, it has a non-tropic effect. मतलब prolactin जो पिट्यूटरी से secrete होगा वो किसी दूसरी endocrine gland को stimulate नहीं करेगा कोई hormone secrete करने के लिए, वो direct जो है बहुत सारे organ पे function करेगा. The same with the MSH, the melanocyte stimulating hormone जो है ये जो है आपका melanocytes जो अलग अलग जगह पर है उस पे काम करेगा. Then endorphin, which is basically the pain receptor in the brain, वो उस पे जाके काम करेगा. And then there is a one hormone which is known as the somatotropic hormone or growth hormone. So जो somatotropic hormone है, it have both the tropic as well as the non-tropic effect. Okay, means ये बहुत सारे organs पे जाके direct act करेगा. Okay, और साथ ही कुछ hormones, कुछ organs, specific organs पे जाके वहाँ पे induce करेगा दूसरे hormones के और paracrine secretions के लिए या endocrine secretions के लिए. Okay, so GTH, TSH, ACTH ये तीनों जो है ये आपके tropical effect वाले हार्मोन है. प्रोलैक्टिन, एमएसएच और एंडोर्फिन जो है ये आपके नॉन ट्रॉपिक है, और जो आपका एसटीएच है या ग्रोथ हार्मोन या सोमैटोट्रॉपिक हार्मोन है, इट हैव बोथ द ट्रॉपिक एज वेल एज द नॉन ट्रॉपिक इफेक्ट. Now first we will start with the hormones which are secreted by the pituitary. So first we will start with the non-tropic, the prolactin. Okay, so this it is basically the function is osmoregulatory. Okay, so it involves it basically increase the retention of certain iron in the epithelium of the gill, kidney, urinary bladder, and it also helps in decreasing the permeability of external surface to the water. Okay, it also helps in increasing the glomerular filtration rate in the kidney. Okay, it increase the ATPase activity in the kidney and urinary bladder, but decrease in the same ATPase activity in the gill. So it basically its major function is in the osmoregulation. Okay, then another is the somatotropic hormone, which is also known as a growth hormone. Okay, it stimulates the appetite, growth, and it prevents the liver hypertrophy, means overgrowth of the liver. Then the MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone, it actually acts on the dispersed melanocytes on the fish's skin. Okay, fish का जो coloration है, different pigmentation, coloration, dark coloration है, उसके लिए जो आपका है ये hormone जो है वो responsible होता है. Now the ACTH, the adrenocorticotropic hormone. Okay, this basically it pituitary secretes this hormone and it stimulates the production of the cortisol and corticosteroid from the interrenal glands and chromaffin cell. Then thyroid stimulating hormone TSH, it actually stimulates the thyroid to produce and release the thyroxine. Okay, then GTH. Okay, gonadotropic hormone. So in the fishes, as I have told, we use GTH1 and GTH2 term. We don't use the FSH and LH, the follicle stimulating hormone or luteinizing hormone. In the fishes, the nomenclature is gonadotropic 1 hormone and gonadotropic hormone 2. So the GTH1 and GTH3, which GTH1 and 2, which is released from the pituitary, it actually influence. It basically stimulates the gonads. Okay, it stimulates the ovary and testes to produce the male and a female hormone. Okay, and it helps in the development of the egg and the sperm. Okay, in female fishes particularly, GTH1 stimulates the vitellogenesis, whereas GTH2 helps in the oocyte maturation, egg release, and spawning in female. Now, the hormone which is secreted from the neurohypophysis. So the oxytocin and arginine vasopressin. Okay, these are two hormones. Okay, which are secreted from the neurohypophysis. Okay, they influence the osmoregulation. Okay, and they also maintain or increase or decrease the blood pressure. Okay, and there is a one, and they also have this AVT. Is generally in other fishes what cause it cause the contraction of the muscles, okay, for increase in the blood pressure. But in case of live bearer fishes mean the fishes which produce the young ones, which won't lay the egg. Okay, they produce the young ones. at the time of producing the young one, there is a requirement of the muscle contraction so that the young one can be come out from the body. So for that smooth muscle contraction of the ovarian and the oviduct, okay, there is another hormone which is known as isotocin, okay, which cause that contraction. Then these are basically the hormone which is secreted by the neurohypophysis, the arginine or vasotocin, which help in the osmoregulation and contraction of the smooth muscle, oxytocin, which also helps in the osmoregulation and contraction of the smooth muscle, and isotocin, which actually help in the muscle contraction of ovary and ovarian duct. Okay. Now, the gland, the thyroid gland, okay. In most of the fishes, it is found on the floor of the pharynx, okay, but their position varies from different groups, like and their position and structure, the shape and position that also varies in different group of fishes, which is mentioned here. You can go through this. Then the secretion, okay, it secretes basically 4 type of hormones: the mono iodotyrosine, the diiodotyrosine, triiodotyrosine, and thyroxine. So these are the hormones which are secreted by the thyroid gland. Now the function of the thyroid gland. Okay, as I have told, pituitary and thyroid, these are the two major or the chief endocrine gland in the fishes. So they influence a very vast range of metabolic activities or different processes which is occurring in the animal's body. So the very first function of thyroid is to control, it actually have a very important role in oxygen consumption. It influences the growth as well as the nitrogen metabolism in the fish. It involved in the carbohydrate metabolism. It influences the osmoregulation. It influences the maturation, reproduction, as well as the migration of the fishes. Okay. Then it also influence the scale and bone formation in fishes. Okay. Then the interrenal bodies or the chromaffin cell, which is which are actually, we can say that the fishes doesn't have the adrenal gland. Okay, their adrenal system is made up of interrenal bodies and chromaffin cell, which are actually embedded in the head kidney tissue. Okay, so they secrete what? They secrete corticosteroid. Okay. So corticosteroid, basically cortisol, cortisone, corticosterone from the interrenal body under the influence of the pituitary hormone, that is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Okay. Then this epinephrine and norepinephrine, which is also known as stress hormones, they are secreted from the chromaffin cells. Okay. Now the function, they promote the utilization of steroid fat. They also have the role in the carbohydrate metabolism, water metabolism or osmoregulation, protein catabolism, sodium retention, and electrolyte metabolism. Now another gland, that is corpuscle of Stennius. Okay, this is this is also present in the kidney only. Okay, and it secretes the hormone which is known as hypocalcine. The hypocalcine actually regulates the calcium balance in the body. This is the another gland that is known as ultimobranchial gland. This this is a sac-like gland which is present between the ventral wall of esophagus and sinus venosus. Okay, and it secretes the hormone calcitonin. Okay, and this called calcitonin actually regulates the level of calcium in blood. Another gland, urohypophysis. This gland is also known as caudal neurosecretory organ because of its position on the caudal peduncle. Okay. It secretes urotensin 1 to urotensin 4, means it secretes urotensin 1, urotensin 2, urotensin 3, and urotensin 4. All these urotensin have function of metabolic regulation. It increases the salt retention in the kidney and gill, and it also causes the increase in the glomerular filtration rate. Now the pancreatic islets. Okay, so the gut wall. Okay, they are actually basically paracrine most of the time. They actually the secretion from this is the major secretion, the insulin. Okay, so insulin have the role in the carbohydrate metabolism. Although in the fishes, the carbohydrate metabolism is poorly regulated. Okay. One second. So in actually fishes are slight diabetic. ओके अगर आप फिशेस का ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल चेक करें तो उसमें हमेशा जो ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल है वो हाई है बिकॉज द फिशेस हैव द poor glucose regulatory mechanism. Okay, so that's why the fishes are slightly diabetic. Now the pineal gland, this is the organ of the fish, okay, which is located near the head, the epithalamus. It secretes the hormone melatonin, which have the photosynthesis and function. Now the juxtaglobullar cell system, which is also known as RAS system. Okay, it actually, why it is known as the RAS system? Because it have renin-angiotensin. Okay, that's why it is also known as RAS system. So actually these cells, they contains the renin granules. This renin actually convert the angiotensin 1 into the angiotensin 2. And this angiotensin 2 actually increase the blood pressure, and it also helps or increase the kidney function or the rate of filtration in the glomerulus. So this is about the endocrine system in fishing.